It has been my privilege to serve as your mayor for this past year, and it is a great honor this evening to deliver this first ever State of the City address. First, I want to thank every citizen of the city of Fayetteville who has shown confidence in my performance as mayor during my first year in office. I thank the members of the City Council for a cooperative spirit during this past year. It is our fervent desire to work together to present this city as one with a rich history, but even more so, one with a promising future. My desire is to be a dedicated and honorable servant leader who demonstrates integrity and who welcomes all citizens to be an active part of our community. I look forward to another year of working with the City Council, the city staff, and other members of this great community so we can take advantage of the improving economy to ensure we are elevating the quality of life for every citizen in our increasingly diverse city. Yes, we are in this together, and I believe if we embrace the principles of community and teamwork, we will succeed. If we focus on doing what is best for the good of all, we will continue to be a successful city in the coming year and in years to follow as we face unprecedented growth. We cannot afford to maintain a status quo and watch surrounding communities surpass our economic development and manage growth efforts. We must press forward in our efforts to deter crime. We must continue to set the pace for high educational standards. We must aggressively pursue and attract quality businesses through a robust economic development plan. The world is changing, and so is Fayetteville. We must embrace and capitalize on these changes. We must put any personal differences aside in order to maintain and improve the quality of life that we all move or work here to enjoy. Tonight, I call on all of us to embrace change and prepare our unified community to make the most of it. That, I believe, is what good leadership is all about. Tonight, I want to encourage all citizens of Fayetteville to get involved in your community. Get involved through volunteerism, through public service, and through constructive communications. Become active guardians of our democracy and take pride in our unique city. There is only one Fayetteville, Georgia, on this planet, and we should all want it to benefit from what can be achieved when we work together and not in opposition. Fayetteville has a bright future, in part because we still have a strong history of community and government working well together, and this past year was no exception. In fact, we as your elected officials and the city staff have increased efforts to connect with the community in 2016, and your response was nothing short of outstanding, whether it was showing up for one of our comprehensive plan update meetings, attending homeowners association meetings, completing the comprehensive plan surveys, or participating in our downtown master plan workshops. We called for participation, and each and every one of our citizens answered. We have seen greater attendance at our city council meetings, and we are seeing increasing attendance at our public events and celebrations. We look forward to connecting even more in the year to come. I want to say a very special thank you to members of our community who took time and energy in 2016 to show support and love for our public safety personnel. We believe that we have the best police officers and firefighters anywhere, and we are grateful every time each and every one of them go above and beyond the call of duty in service to this city, its residents, the businesses, and any and all welcomed guests. I salute our law enforcement and our fire department personnel for their service, and I thank you, the community, for doing the same. As well, I extend the same gratitude to the rest of our excellent city staff. These employees serve beyond customer service counters, behind the desk, yes, and behind landscaping and road maintenance equipment. They're behind the scenes, but they're at the forefront of our efforts to bring Fayetteville up to what we believe can be premier city status. Looking back in 2016, it is my pleasure to share a few highlights. We've hired 5 new police officers, and now our police department is fully staffed for the first time since 2006. Within the next couple of weeks, we anticipate announcing our new police chief, who we believe will be ready to face the challenges and the growth opportunities that are ahead here in Fayetteville. Our police department increased its presence in the community through outreach programs such as Junior Police Academy, the Citizens Police Academy, Coffee with a Cop, and other activities. Centered primarily on community policing, it should come as no surprise that we have consistently ranked in many safest cities surveys. Fayetteville property owners are pleased to learn that our citywide ISO fire protection rating improved from Class 4 to Class 3. And I am pleased to tell you that our firefighters are doing their best every day to improve beyond that standard. To that end, we are excited that in 2016, we added Truck 9, a brand new $1 million firefighting apparatus to the fire department fleet. As with our police department, we have increasing staffing and training in our fire department to provide better coverage for a growing city. Our city is growing. Not only have we watched with great enthusiasm as a 234-acre pinewood forest multi-use project takes shape on the west side of the city, just across the street from Pinewood Atlanta Studios, but on the south side of town, we also have seen ground broken on Oakley Manor, which is our first new residential subdivision to begin construction since the beginning of the most recent recession. We also saw the groundbreaking and early construction of Lafayette Square, a premium quality apartment community nearing completion on Highway 54 West, which is another first since the recession. And our city just keeps on growing. Our planning and zoning staff approved 12 site development plans in 2016, which is an increase from only 4 in 2012. Residents who have lived in Fayetteville a long time tell me they know growth is unavoidable, and they ask, what can we do in order to maintain the quality of the life that we all enjoy? And I am pleased to report that in 2016, the city of Fayetteville has made great strides towards updating our comprehensive plan, as well as creating a new downtown master plan. In the process of developing these plans, the public was thoroughly engaged. We are listening to what our citizens and community leaders are saying, and we are incorporating their thoughts in these guiding documents. Earlier, I mentioned the Pinewood Atlanta Studios, and it is worth including the fact that in 2016, this world-class movie studio grew to become the largest studios of its kind in North America outside of Los Angeles, California, in the Hollywood studios. And the studio campus is still growing. Fayetteville in 2016 also became home to the first ever Georgia Film Academy, which is located on the Pinewood Atlanta Studios Production Center. And it features its own fully featured movie studio facility. This academy in particular helps our local community benefit from the local expanding movie industry and job market. Just down the street from Pinewood Movie Studios, Georgia Military College's Fayetteville campus enjoyed its first full year of operation in our city. Enrollment at GMC has exceeded expectations, and now they are drawing up plans for a second academic building. Piedmont Fayette Hospital in 2016 was named by Health Grades to be one of the America's top 50th hospitals in the United States. They are currently expanding their emergency department to better meet the needs of our growing community. I think you get the point, that Fayetteville is growing. So how are we responding to this growth? How are we preparing the city we love to accommodate these developments? Here are a few more 2016 highlights I would love to share with you. The long-awaited Highway 92 and Hood Avenue realignment project, which was a dream of the late city engineer Don Easterbrook, was begun and nearly completed in 2016. In fact, we dedicated the Easterbrook Way, which connects Highway 92 North and Highway 85 with North Davis Drive, in memory of Mr. Easterbrook just a few days ago. When the final connections are completed in the next few weeks, you will see much-needed traffic relief along Highway 85, and especially in the historic downtown district. We completely resurfaced Jeff Davis Drive last year. We completed a much-needed drainage project at Fayette County High School campus. We purchased and began implementation of a new financial software in 2016. And as we appreciate the public's patience as we continue to work out the conversions from our old system. The Ridge Nature Trail was opened to the public in 2016. We want to thank the Southern Conservation Trust, who manages the Ridge Nature area and who has done so much to offer this great amenity to our city. We have still only begun to make this a top-notch recreation destination where families and outdoor enthusiasts can get healthy and stay healthy while enjoying a well-preserved natural environment. Looking back at our historic downtown district, we are pleased to announce that in 2016, the sale of the former Travis Hardware building to the Twisted Taco restaurant chain, which shows their long-term commitment to our city. And just down the sidewalk, we announced that the Gremlin Growlers will also be setting up shop on our courthouse square with intent to attract visitors as well as local citizens who come downtown to enjoy the nightlife. Radio station 92.5, The Bear, which has been a fixture in the city of Sonoria for several years, announced in 2016 it will be relocating to a building on the south side of our courthouse square. And we are anticipating their first broadcast from that new location literally any day now. Many of you are already aware of the March 21st Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax referendum. And I want to encourage you to participate in that. A complete project list for the city of Fayetteville is available on our website. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact any of our city staff for answers. Much is happening in Fayetteville, and our city is being recognized as a prime location to take advantage of our great school system, a strong and dedicated law enforcement department, and our excellent fire department. We have teams of devoted city staff members in all of our departments who are ensuring Fayetteville maintains a high quality of life. People are moving to Fayetteville. Businesses and jobs are beginning to move to Fayetteville. As I've said in this room several times before, we want Fayetteville to be a premier city in the state of Georgia, and in the Southeast United States. And that won't just happen by chance. It takes planning. And that is why in 2016, we adopted a strategic citywide economic development plan, and we restructured our city hall staffing to better focus on these economic development opportunities. As we move into 2017, you will see and hear more about these efforts, which will include a brand new city website and much more social media engagement as we can attempt to better connect with our current residents and better tell Fayetteville's story to guests who will come to visit our great city. Moving forward, we are looking to adopt a competitive incentive plan to attract businesses that offer competitive salaries to our workforce. These successes of the past year were brought to fruition in large part because we have a cooperative city government. We work well together, and we work through our differences with grace and in the spirit of cooperation. And while I am very pleased to highlight these successes, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge our gratitude and thanks towards the Fayette County government and those of our neighboring municipalities with whom we have established cooperation for the betterment of our much larger Fayette County community. We have a positive relationship with the Fayette County Chamber of Commerce and the Fayette County Development Authority. We have taken the lead to foster this cooperative relationship. As an aside, I feel it is most appropriate to mention that while it was a lot of fun competing with a certain other city in this county in last year's Dragon Boat races at Lake Peachtree, I expect the Mayor's Cup trophy in this City Council chambers next year. Again, I sincerely appreciate the confidence that Fayetteville residents have placed in me, in our City Council, and in our city staff to lead this blessed city into the future. We have been good stewards of the financial resources entrusted to us. Two additional highlights in 2016 are worth mentioning this evening. One is that the city of Fayetteville, for the 19th consecutive year, has earned the prestigious Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting, given by the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada. And the other is that your city was also awarded for the 9th consecutive year the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award by that same organization. Let's give our City Finance Department a round of applause. In conclusion, as your mayor and on behalf of the City Council, the city staff, and all of our personnel, I commit to you, our Fayetteville residents, that we will continue to be good stewards of all of the resources entrusted to our leadership. Working together, we will see Fayetteville become a premier city. Tonight, let me thank you and thank God and ask God that He will bless you, and may God bless the city of Fayetteville. Thank you.